We met in the 4th grade, 9 years old, enough to notice girls, but too young to know why, so I kept my feelings to myself, self-conscious kept me from telling you how I felt. You from the day that you walked into Mrs. Garnett's classroom spinning like Regan McNeil's head once possessed, just gazing at your pretty face, head full of barrettes, yes. Plastic butterflies tied together your beauty. Skinny then, but would later become the only 6th grader with a booty. Truly, the apple of my eye, I bashfully chose to ignore you. You had 4 eyes at the time, but still couldn't see how I adored you. Saw you upgrade from 4 to 2 eyes as grammar school flew by with little conversation. Graduation arrived with less hesitation, frustration accumulated as I estimated us speaking no more words. Fast forward, October 25th, 2003, you smiled at me, birthday party of Gerald and Gregory. We were 2 years they elder, held together by the fact that you were to accompany a younger sister as I accompanied my younger cousin. Impossible if they wasn't classmates. This date became the night I began believing in fate. We became mates. November 8th became the date we shared our first kiss. This paled in comparison to our first Christmas. Wish list consisted of the new Ludacris disc in exchange for the latest release by Outkast. Neither gift would outlast the one moment that transpired at midnight when you told me you loved me for the first time. I calmly responded by saying I love you more. Skip to 2/14, 2004 V-Day, replayed in my mind like that verse from He Say, She Say, no Lupe. You say, if I bought you something pink, would you wear it? I chose to inherit black t-shirt, pink letters airbrush my name across the chest, yes. Trucker cap to match you with my addiction, so I wore them like a nicotine patch. Attached to my wall now where my track jacket for brave new voices used to be. See, you were my first love long before I met poetry. We maintained a stable relationship despite some stormy weather. I was too young, too dumb, too deep in love to put 2 and 2 together. What we thought would be forever lasts no longer than December. Broken up for reasons that I never could remember. Turns out you were only going to November. Fast forward, November 7, 2007, Facebook will reunite us. Despite us not having spoken in ages, led to pages of private messages among chats between walls. Conversations might have seemed small, but we simulated so many belated dates we simply had to catch up. Like tomato paste, I've never seen a greater pace of getting reacquainted. Tainted when I visited your profile, no smile on my face when I got the news for which no one could prepare me. Your relationship status read that you were married. I knew that no ring had actually been exchanged. Still I took my loss in stride. Like John McCain, we kept in touch. You visited me for my 19th birthday. I phoned you for yours. More visitation was in store, but never surfaced to the shore. You couldn't come to see me. Couldn't make it till Island Bomb 2008, nor could you come see me before you had to go back to Carbondale for school. Cool. I assumed there would be other times. Time progressed, checked your page every now and then, saw that you and your husband parted ways September 7th. Unlucky for me, y'all were back together on the 11th. 7 days later, we chatted once more between walls. Conversation again seemed small, but it was bigger than I preferred, for they were the last post you'd ever leave on my wall. 9 days later, helping Randy move into his new home, received a phone call saying that the Lord called you home. Cried into my eye sockets, formed deserts. Never have you looked so peaceful as you did in your coffin. It's not often that I have regrets, just wish that I told you I loved you one last time. I'm wishing I could rewind the timeline. Strong exterior, but on the inside I'm dying crying with these rhymes. I'm wishing I could rewind the timeline. Wishing I could rewind. It took me 3 days to write this. 72 hours to empower a 10-year tenure, and since your untimely passing is forcing me to end this, I know the legacy you leave behind will keep this timeline endless. Thank you.